Hey everyone, my name is Monroe with Break Diving's Chill Chat, where we just chat about whatever. And we have Robert here who's got his camera on. He's out in Washington. We also have Tommy and Shamaine who are in Africa, and Khadija who is in Pakistan. And the three of them are using audio. We hope they will turn on their cameras to make the YouTube video a little bit more interesting, so it's not just Monroe and Robert on there, but as they wish. Anyway, Khadija, what's going on with why can't you go somewhere else to pursue astronomy? Do you have to do it in Pakistan?
Okay, so in Pakistan we have three universities that are offering astronomy. But the thing is that with astronomy, if I get a degree from these universities, it's not going to be very reliable, or I don't have a very bright future if I get degree from these universities. So either I have to, do something extraordinary, get into, one of the Ivy Leagues or big universities, or I have to pursue another profession. Because with astronomy, currently we have so many astronomy enthusiasts in Pakistan, but we don't have an organization. Like for example, we don't have the government. The government isn't willing, and neither are the businessmen to invest in astronomy. So I was thinking, like, I went to my curricula counselor, and he's a very supportive man. But he said to me that, Khadija, I'm going to be brutally honest, that astronomy doesn't have a future. And then I said that it doesn't have a future right now, but somebody has to start it, right? Like, there was a time NASA wasn't there. Somebody started it. So why can't I start something like that in Pakistan? We have so many astronomy enthusiasts who have to go into another field because they don't
You
have
know what?
support.
I'm just going to interrupt you right now because you're right. And there's nothing stopping you except yourself from creating the Pakistan Space Agency. And I think the only three countries that have space programs. By the way, that space program, that's different. Just want to be clear. Are you talking about astronomy or being an astronaut? Astronomy is when you are looking up using a telescope at the heavens and looking at the planets. An astronaut is someone who goes in a spaceship up to the moon. Which one are you interested in?
Personally, I'm interested in being an astrophysicist.
An astrophysicist.
Helping, yeah, because yeah, I know Neil deGrasse, and he's one of the best, astrophysicists I know. He's an inspiration, and I want to be an astrophysicist. And
Astrophysicist. Physicist. If you want to be something, you have to be able to pronounce it correctly.
I'm sorry,
Say it again.
astrophysicist. Oh God,
There you go.
astrophysicist.
Good. Yeah, astrophysicist. And all I can say is if you have a dream, you need to figure out a way to do it. And sometimes you have to upset your parents. And sometimes you have to take the long route. And even if you don't get into Yale or Harvard, and I don't think there's anything really special about Yale or Harvard, honestly, these Ivy League schools, I think that all you get is the name. I think you can learn a lot more at some of these other schools, honestly. So don't feel you don't get into an Ivy League that you're somehow not going to get a great education. The truth is you may actually get a better education at a tier 2 school. And if
Yeah,
it takes
but the thing is that it's basically, you're very right. It's all about the name. I can get a lot of knowledge from studying here in Pakistan from those three universities, but I
the
may
thing
not be,
is,
may the jobs, like for example, if you graduate from an Ivy League, the companies are way more, are willing to pay you a lot more higher, and but
how old are you, Khadija? Hello? Did we lose her?
if you graduate from some, they don't really accept.
Hold on. How old are you, Khadija?
I am 16 currently. I'm gonna turn 20. I'm gonna turn 17 on 29.
Okay, so you got a long way to go here. The truth is, college does undergraduate degree, undergrad, college, those first 4 years, honestly, they don't impact your life in a huge way. If you want to be an astrophysicist, you're going to have to go to a heck of a lot more schooling than getting a bachelor's degree from school. So honestly, I don't. My general advice in these situations, when you have a parent that that don't try to either do a double major or pick a major and then do a minor that makes your parent happy, or do a major that will be useful whether you're a doctor or a physicist, and try to take enough classes that you can end up doing both. You're going to change your, maybe not, but so many people start thinking, I want to major in this, and then after the first year you change your major. Then after sophomore year you change it again. Then after you graduate from your degree, you change it again to something else, and you're getting a master's and come up with something completely different. So I don't think you have to worry so much right at the moment, but I will just say this, and I think everyone here agrees. Figure out what you really want to do, and then you figure out a way to make it happen. And if it upsets your parents, sorry, Dad. Sorry, Mom. I'm going to do this. This is what my future is. Anyone have any other advice for her? By the way, Gay, your video is vertical. So you're kind of looking like this.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Did I give her good advice, or do you guys have some alternative advice?
It's good
No, I
advice.
don't have.
Well, I totally agree with you. At this age, at teenage years, it feels like the world's gonna end any day. It's gonna end tomorrow. Anything bad happens, and I'm like, oh god, the world's ending. I'm gonna die, and that kind of feelings this feels so real at that moment.
I understand, and you feel like your life has been, it's over. Oh my God. Oh. I can imagine that you probably feel that way more, maybe because you're in Pakistan and feel like you maybe have more limited opportunities because of it's not as a developed astrophysicist infrastructure as maybe there is in Europe or in the United States or in other countries. And don't let where you were born determine your future. And don't assume, and don't blame it all on your country, and don't blame it all on your economy and your parents. It's like, just take some responsibility and figure it out. Take a deep breath. Okay, I'm Khadijah. I'm going to become an astrophysicist, and I'm going to figure out how to do it even though I'm in Pakistan and I'm 16. You can do it.
Yeah.
I promise you can figure out a way to make something happen. And I think I was talking to somebody else about this too. Why can't you become a doctor? I think it was you actually in the community. You can become a doctor and an astrophysicist.
Yeah, recently, I guess I told you this last month. Like last month, I had it was a Zoom meeting with an astronaut, Nicole Stark, and she said that when when she was in her training to become an astronaut, she was an engineer before, and she said that in that class of her, the training session of her, there were people from every profession, oceanologists, doctors, and every field. So I
Then,
was,
then
that gives me some
you need
hope.
to just take your own advice. You know what the answer is. This other woman told you exactly what I told you. And I mean, look at me. I have changed my careers many times. I was in the military in Iraq with the army. I'm a lawyer now. I'm also now a web developer, and I've also taught English in China. You can change it constantly, whatever the heck you want to do. And I guarantee you, in about 2 years, maybe you'll completely change it. Well, now I want to be a fashion model. And then
You're right about that.
now I'm going to start the new Amazon. And then I'm going to be the new president of Pakistan. And you can do that all before you're 21 years old.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The way the feelings and they constantly change. I can never trust what you're feeling.
It happens to all of us. By the way, the feeling's constantly changing. It's not just for teenagers. It is more so because you're younger and you've been on the earth less time. But even me, I'm twice your age, more than twice your age. I go through that anxiety about what the heck am I going to do? Oh, what's my job? Oh gosh, I screwed this up. Oh gosh, my parents don't agree with this, or my friends don't.
Does it
Learn how
get
to
better
deal
when
with
you
this
get
stress
old?
because it's going to be there all the time. Promise. Even when you're an astrophysicist, you're going to go through the same thing. Oh gosh, do I buy the telescope that lets me look at the moon, or do I buy the telescope that lets me look at Saturn? I don't know. My parents say there's no future in Saturn, and my career counselor says everything is the moon. It's the same thing. I mean, it's kind of a joke, but these decisions don't go away. They
But
don't get mad. They don't
does
match.
it get better? Like when
Does
you
what?
grow up, does the life gets better when you were a teenager compared to when
I mean, I
at your
personally
age?
think my life was it was a heck of a lot easier when I was a teenager. I think I didn't realize how good I had it and how easy life was. I didn't have to make my own doctor appointments. I didn't have to pay for my food and wondering how am I going to pay the rent and my bills and I think anyone who's a teenager, and I think I'm older. I'm older than all of you here. And nothing I say is going to help you understand the fact that life is harder when you're adult because you have nothing to compare it with. All you have to compare it with is the fact that you're a teenager or you're in your early 20s and I have nothing to compare my life with when I'm 80. The difference is you start to see the same things over and over again. I know that life is a struggle. And I'm always going to be encountering difficulties. However, I also know that I can find solutions to my problems. And when I was younger, sometimes it seemed like it was over. But then I realized, oh, there's another one. Now I know opportunities keep coming. And you think you've lost an opportunity, keep your eyes open. You're going to see another one in about 10 minutes. Tommy, what are your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, I think I understand. When I was younger, I wanted to be like when I was in, I think SS1 was when I was in SS3, that's senior secondary school. I wasn't sure what I wanted to be because of my friends. The friends I've known all my life were in the science class, and I wanted to be in the arts. I've always wanted to be a lawyer. So when everybody was going to the science class, I thought, okay, maybe I could just change what I wanted to do. I thought maybe I'll just be a doctor or something. But then it was not what I really wanted to do. But I was in the science class. I was in the science class till around, I think that was before I went to my final year when I was in SS2. And then my counselor, the school counselor, called me, the vice principal actually, and he was like, is this what I really want to do? Is this where I really want to be? Because I've exploited so many options. I thought, okay, maybe I'll be a pilot, I'll be a doctor. I was not really sure what I wanted to be. So when he counseled me, I changed and I went to the art class. And then I thought, okay, yes, what I've finally wanted to be, I wanted to be a lawyer. And even from then, there's sometimes when I'm thinking, is this what I really want to be? Sometimes I feel like maybe I could just move and maybe I want to be a judge. And then I'm thinking, I think the lawyer part is actually what interests me. And then I'm not really sure where I want to go and all that. Then I understand that responsibilities get more, the responsibilities are more when you're older. You think now the world has come to an end and oh my God, everything is upon me, so many responsibilities right now. And I just like, I can't wait to grow up and I can make my own decisions.
How old are you, Tommy?
I'm 17.
Okay, so you're about the same age as Khadija, a little bit older. But when you're a teenager, 1 year makes a big difference.
It's
I've
not
been
even 1
dreaming
year.
about when I'm going to be 18.
It's like 16 days difference, because I'm gonna turn 17 in 16 days.
I tell you, Khadija, when you turn 17, everything changes. Everything. Life is amazing. Your eyes are gonna go boing.
Oh, that's
I
good to
really
know.
felt older, like, oh my God, I'm going to be 18 next year, then 19, then I'm going to be 20, then 21. Oh my God, I'm growing. And
You know
yeah.
what's the craziest thing is life goes by very slowly when you're younger, when you're your age. And I think Gay. Oh, Shemaine, how old are you?
20.
Okay, so you're 20, and Gay, I think you're 20, 24, 23?
24.
24. Well, you're an old person like me. And Gay's
Yes.
like, hey, don't put me in the same category as you. I'm 42. And it's amazing. It seems like when I was younger, I remember last summer seemed like so long ago when I was in my teens. Now, it seems like yesterday I was 27 years old. I was in Iraq in the war, and I was there when it was 2005. When I think back, I think that was 15 years ago. It seems like it was yesterday to me. And so it's amazing. Like it seems like yesterday, and that's almost the same age Khadija is now, is this exact same time period. So as you get older, time flies. And it's kind of scary to me because I realize then I'm going to be 50 even faster, and then 60 even faster, 70 even faster. So take advantage of this amazing amount of time that you have as a young person, and realize your body too is stronger than it will ever be. Your bones are stronger, your muscles are stronger. If there are things that so many people say, I'm going to travel the world when I'm retired. And I tell you this, I'm grateful that I did not all my traveling, but I did a lot of it in my 20s and 30s. Because I'm 42 now, and you know what? I'm getting older. The thought of me traveling when I'm 70 and 65, I'm thinking, oh my gosh. Because I'm thinking about how much more painful my body is now than it was 20 years ago. If you want to travel the world, the time to do that, girls and guy, is now. If you can go to a study abroad when you're in your first or second year of college, or if you can find an opportunity to work on a cruise ship, or do it now. Travel the world now. If you want to be an Olympic swimmer, you probably need to do it in the next few years, because it's not going to happen for me at 42. Robert, what are your thoughts on all this?
I mean, I think I'm still pretty young, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do at this point. But I mean, I think hearing the conversation here, it's like definitely up in the air.
Well, I know you probably want to do something with robotics or computer programming, right?
Yeah. But,
Let's just say you are not allowed to do that. You can't be a computer programmer. You can't do anything with robotics. What other careers might you consider?
being an astronaut would be pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
now you want to be, now you're talking about astronaut, not astronomer, right?
Yeah, astronaut.
So most people who are astronauts, I'm wondering, what do they study? Are they pilots prior, or are they doctors, or do they come from all different? Does anyone
I
know?
have no idea.
I'm trying to think about that.
Probably pilot.
They come from all different professions. Like when I talked with the astronaut Nicole, she told me that in her training session of 2009, there were people from every profession, like every field on the earth, different fields, and so basically you can have any field. I can be a doctor, and then I can go to become an astronaut if I want to at that point, because I don't know right now what I'm.
I'll tell you this though, Khadija, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. It's not that difficult. I mean, it's not, I'm not saying it's not easy, but you can become a doctor and then become an astrophysicist afterwards. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
And honestly, you'd probably be, what do a lot of these astrophysicists want to do? They want to find life on other planets. They want to find out if carbon exists, which is a building block for life in different solar systems, etc. You being a doctor, which requires a lot of study of biology and human anatomy, I honestly think that could help you greatly in becoming a astrophysicist. So keep doing your research, because maybe you can make your parents happy and pursue your dream at the same time. If you can find out that, wow, maybe if I become a doctor, it only would take 1 extra year of study to become a astrophysicist, or an extra 2 years, because you've done all the courses that are very similar: biology, physics, chemistry, things like that. There are all going to be a lot of crossover. Gay, what are your thoughts on this whole discussion?
I guess yes. Every profession is I don't know. It's a opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter.
Oh,
It doesn't matter if we have to choose. Yes. For
oh,
example, me.
that's fascinating. Every profession is an opportunity.
Yes.
Let me just say, if I understand you correctly, you're saying no matter what profession you start with, it's a way to learn something new. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
And it can lead to other
Yes.
opportunities?
Yes. So for me now, as you know, I'm pursuing everything: photography, writing, and the first before I step onto college, my first choice is to be a tourism, but it doesn't went well. So I was only accounting student that time. So there's still time for me to pursue that tourism. So every profession is opportunity. Yeah.
Something that you said that reminds me of, I think I wrote a blog post about this on the break diving blog, or I did a YouTube video on my YouTube channel. I'm not sure which, but this thing called a concept I came up with called redreaming, because inevitably in life you're going to get doors slammed shut, and some dream that you thought was guaranteed suddenly is gone, and you'll go crazy if you keep regretting that dream. And instead, what you have to do is redream and say, what are the qualities of that original dream that I could maybe recreate through some other profession or some other venture or some other business? Because if all we do is can look back on our life and that, I can't believe I lost that opportunity, which I do a lot, and I'm sure each of you do now, or you will as you get older and you make more and more mistakes in life, and you realize, oh my gosh, I made the biggest mistake. Why did I do this? You can't live moving forward if you continually. So that's what you say, Gay, makes sense. You need to think of everything as a opportunity to learn something new or to take you into a new direction.
Yes. Because we're still young and we can do all that.
Am I still young?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay.
You can still pursue something that you want to pursue.
Excellent. Oh, I want to visit the Philippines. I want to visit Nigeria. I want to visit Pakistan. And Charmaine, are you in Nigeria or are you in Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe.
So I want to visit Zimbabwe too. So Charmaine, what about you? What are your thoughts on this? And what are some of the careers you want to do in the future? You're 20 years old now. What's going on?
Okay. I just believe that You just have to do what you love, and then the rest
Okay,
will
okay,
follow.
that's fine. Shemaine, what do you love?
Writing,
What did you say?
but
Somebody was clapping about Shemaine's answer. And Shemaine got embarrassed and muted herself. Okay, so Shemaine wants to do what she loves. And
I think she said writing.
writing. Okay. Well, that's good. There's a book called Do What You Love and the Money Will Follow. And I like the concept, but I disagree with it in principle, because if you just do what you love without thinking about the money, it's just a hobby. And it'll always remain a hobby. And so I always remind people that, yes, you should do what you love. Ideally, you should try to find a career that you love. But you really need to figure out, how can I turn this love into a income? And so I mentioned that with writing. I'm really excited. I finally, after many, many years, I have a paid writing job for this newspaper, the Epic Times in New York City. And maybe once a month, once every 2 months, I will write an article and it gets published and they pay me for it. And it took a long time to get there, where I have a consistent income from writing. And it's maybe 15, 20 years of writing. And so, I mean, it takes a long time. And I think most people, they want to do what they love and make money, but not have to work hard to get that money. And it takes a heck of a lot of time. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean money's magically going to follow. So any of you listening here in this call and also on YouTube, make sure you come up with a clear business plan and figure out, how can I actually do it? You can write the most beautiful poetry, but unless you find a way to get money from that poetry, that's just a hobby. And it's going to stay that way for a really, really long, long time. Khadija, after we all had these thoughts here, what are your thoughts about this now that we came back to you?
I think that I'm going to put all my effort into, what I love, astronomy. But and if I don't get, if I don't, because there's a lot of chance that I'm going to fail. So if I fail at that, I'm going to go for the second field. I'm going to become a doctor. But even when I become a doctor, I'm not going to give up. And because I don't think that if I become just a doctor, I don't want to be like, for example, so many people in Pakistan, they became a doctor and that's it. That's where their life stopped. They don't pursue anything other than that anymore. So I don't want my life to stop there. I want to know more aspects of me, because you need to continually explore yourself, know what you love. So I would still go for astronomy. I would still study it with as much passion as much right that I studied right now. And I don't really have any what I don't have the school doesn't offers anything in astronomy, but I do have online courses and
Let,
stuff
let me
that I can study.
let me ask you this. During your first 2 years of college, most people have to take general education courses. Before you choose your major, you have to do your basic courses in writing, in math, history. Is it the same thing in Pakistan?
I'm not really aware of the college admission, but here's the thing: like in Pakistan, we have the admission to the medical colleges, the government medical colleges, is purely on your academics. It's not like you don't need any extracurriculars.
Oh,
For getting into
so in
college, you have to. It's on
Pakistan,
merit basis.
after high school in Pakistan, if you get into this medical college, you go to a special college just for medicine.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We have medical colleges, and like yes, we have whole colleges dedicated on just making people doctors or dentists.
Okay. I'm wondering in the United States if it's I think you have to go to a 4-year school first and get a degree like in biology,
Yeah.
and then you get to go to medical school.
Yes, in United States you have it takes 8 years to become a doctor in the United States, if I'm right.
And in Pakistan, how long?
It takes 5 years.
Wow. There's a thing called Sabo University in the Caribbean. And there's two. One, I think there's St. George's University, and it's in the Caribbean, but it's considered an American degree, and it's a medical school. There are these two medical schools, and I always thought if I ever go to medical school, I'm going to go to one of these schools in the Caribbean, because how cool that would be. You get to live in paradise and then go to med school at the same time. Anyway, that has nothing really to do with
Wouldn't that be a distraction?
What's that?
Wouldn't that be a distraction?
You know what it is though? I've studied so much and I have so many degrees already. I have 6 degrees, maybe 7. If I ever got another degree, I would need to be distracted from the degree, because I can't do much more school. I've done too much. All right, so new topic, guys. Could someone else come up with a new topic? Gay, do you want to come up with a topic? Tell us what's going on.
What's going on in the Philippines? Well, Philippines, still COVID. There are too many protocols to follow. And I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I think the World Health Organization just came out with a new protocol saying that all of these countries and states that are locking down everybody, they say it's not good, and they say it's actually causing more harm than good, and that it needs to stop. And you know why? I think they're saying it's because these lockdowns. Forgot English for a moment.
Yes.
These lockdowns, they don't hurt the rich people. If you're rich and you have lots of money, you don't need to work.
Yeah.
You can survive, and you already own your house, and you don't have to pay rent every month, and you can have someone on Uber deliver you food all the time, and you're always doing well. You don't need to worry about
getting already stocked. Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tommy.
I said all the house is already stocked with food.
Yeah, exactly. And they said all of these lockdowns, they're hurting. And they're not hurting the companies that are doing very, very well. Microsoft and Google, they're not firing people because of COVID-19 lockdowns, but the little small bakery down the street, and they get shut down and they have to let go of these people. I mean, the people that really need the money are doing horribly.
Yeah, that's true.
Lockdowns. And it's like
Many
they're
people
killing
in
them, but in a different way.
Yes. I really wanted to stop this lockdown because I really want to get out of here.
Get out of where? Out of your apartment or out of the Philippines?
No. Get out of my place, out of the Philippines, and travel to any countries. Yes, it's really hard to I'm stuck in here. Yeah, working as a call center agent, and it's really tiring.
And remember, though, I'll give you your own advice. Every job is an opportunity.
Yeah. No.
The only thing
yes, every job is an opportunity, but call center agent is not really my choice.
You know what?
But I have to do
Everybody's doing jobs that are not their choices right now. I'm doing an online job that is not my dream job, but it's making me some money, and I'm using my law degree to help people. But it's not my ideal. But guess what? It's what we're all suffering. It's what I'm doing to survive the pandemic, because I don't have as many regular legal clients anymore, and I lost my other 2 jobs because of the pandemic, and I didn't go back to China to teach. And you're not the only one. Just know that you're not the only person.
Yeah.
I know you know that, but I want you to know that it's not just you and it's not just me. It's everybody. And Robert's not working a job now, but he's suffering with this online learning, which I'm sure is not the greatest thing. And Tommy, are you in school now? Are you working? What's going on for you?
I'm in school, but actually it affected our school. But mostly our school is actually on a strike.
The students
government is not paying. The government is not paying the staff, so they said we're not going to resume. So most schools have resumed, and we're just waiting for the strike to end.
So what are you doing? You just stay
Oh,
every day and do nothing?
Yeah, we're just doing nothing. Reading though, I'm reading
That's good. As long as you're being
ahead
productive.
of the class.
Being productive. To any of you who are upset about how the pandemic and the quarantines and the lockdowns are preventing you from opportunities, remember that eventually the lockdown's going to open up and you want to be prepared for when it does. So don't think about as I'm stuck here and I'm stuck. Think of it as, what can I do now to prepare myself for when this opens? So Gay, maybe it's saving up lots of money from the call center job, not eating like gourmet food, but just eating half gourmet and put the rest into a travel fund. And then when all of a sudden the quarantine's over, you can buy your plane ticket to go travel somewhere, right?
yes. Yes.
Which country would be the least expensive for you to go to? Right, like from the Philippines. I'm just trying to think, have you ever been out of the Philippines?
No, but I guess the less expensive country is China. Most is Asia. China, Malaysia, Thailand, another else. Thailand, I don't know. Cambodia. Yes.
Cambodia. Would you like to see some of those countries?
Yes, of course.
But
Especially Cambodia.
why Cambodia?
Yeah, because I think Cambodia has with similarities with the Philippines. We have a great nature.
You can take some nice
Second
photos.
is Japan, because Japan is also they offer some jobs in here in the Philippines, like factory worker,
Mhm.
and they have to pay the workers in the Filipino workers a lot of money.
What are you saying? It's a Japanese factory in the Philippines?
No, we are going to for example, for me, I'm going to apply as a factory worker in Japan. We have to train in the Philippines and then go to Japan and work as factory worker.
Wow, that sounds fun.
Yes. The same with Korea, I guess. South Korea.
I haven't been to Cambodia, but I know that Tokyo, it's very Western. You can go there and you can speak English with people, no problem. It's very similar to New York City, and like in terms of big, crazy city and subways and big buildings. And all I suggest is start now researching, figuring out what are the least expensive flights. Is it to Cambodia or is it to Japan? Can you go there without a visa? Do you have your passport now?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so find out what you need to do to get a visa to Cambodia or Japan. Find out which is the easier one. The truth is, you may be able to go there before these quarantines and lockdowns are, who knows? Who knows what the rules are? And just keep looking, keep researching.
Yes, that's true.
And then post photos and break diving of the country you end up landing in.
Yeah.
Robert,
That's
have you
no
been out of the
problem.
country? I know you've
Can
been
you
to
say that
China.
again? Yeah.
Aside from China, where have you been?
Alaska, but that's still in the same country. Yeah. Canada, but that's like a drive up. So
Yeah, that's quite a. Wait, so you drove from Washington through Canada up to Alaska?
no, we took a plane.
Oh, you flew.
Yeah, but sometimes you drive up to Canada too.
Did you like Alaska?
It's cold. I don't think there's much there. It's just like a bunch of ice.
Did you go there in the winter or the summer?
Winter.
Winter. Very interesting. Did you go to the part of Alaska on the west coast that's very close to Russia?
No, I think we went to Fairfield or something.
Is that on the coast or is that in the center?
Yeah, it's on the coast, and then we drove the inwards.
Okay. Very, very cool. Shemaine or Tommy or Khadija, anything else that on your mind that we haven't discussed? Anything, any topic whatsoever. We can talk about peanut butter. We could talk about, we could talk
I
about this.
love peanut butter. You know, I
Yeah.
love peanut butter. Like I have 2 sandwiches already. I've had 2 sandwiches already.
Today?
Yeah, I
But
mean I
peanut
know
butter.
it's not that good. It increases your weight a lot, but you know I just can't resist peanut butter at all.
You know what? Just talk about peanut butter. I haven't had lunch yet today. I haven't had anything really to eat today. It's 3:00 p.m. And now I'm gonna go downstairs. We do have some peanut butter and some jelly and some bread, and I'm gonna make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
How much
Honey,
does
I don't
peanut
like
butter
milk.
in your country?
Gay first, and then
How much?
and then Tommy.
Yeah. How much is your peanut butter in your country?
And how much does it cost?
Yes.
Very inexpensive. I'd say you can get the generic brand like Jiffy or what are the other brands, Robert? There's Jiffy, there's Peter Pan, and anyway, I'd say maybe $3 to $5 US.
Mm,
Now, when I say
that's expensive.
inexpensive, it's inexpensive for in terms of the American economy. I think like when I was in China, I could get a thing of peanut butter for about $1.50 United States dollars.
Mm-hmm.
But and it was inexpensive there too. Is it expensive in the Philippines?
I don't know. Yes, that is 50 pesos. It's $1.
$1 US?
Yeah.
And in the Philippines, that's a lot.
Yes, 50. The
I
small
wonder,
one.
do they make peanut butter in the Philippines or do you import it?
Yeah. They can make it here in the Philippines.
But do they have the peanut? Are peanuts? Are they trees or are they roots?
Roots, I guess.
All right, let's find out. I want to find out. We're gonna do a quick share here. We're gonna learn something about peanut butter before we're done. Right here, I have 5 million tabs open. Okay. How do peanuts grow? Okay. So the peanut. How to grow your own peanuts. How peanuts grow. Let's go to the National Peanut Board. I think we can trust them. They're the authority on peanuts here in America, I guess. Okay. The peanut plant flowers above the ground, but fruits below ground. Wow, so there are flowers and leaves, and then the peanuts are like this underneath. So what do you, I wonder, do you have to actually kill the plant to get the peanuts?
Yeah, I
How
guess
to
so.
uproot the plant, I guess.
There it is. Here it is. Oh, this looks so yummy, doesn't it? Oh, yeah.
I hate nuts.
94% of Americans have 1 jar of peanut butter in the pantry. And chances are you know the peanut butter and jelly safe.
Yeah, I have a neighbor. They are making peanut butter.
Where? In Philippines?
Yes, in my province.
Maybe you should start a peanut cultivating business. I will
That's
buy
good.
Capone's peanut butter. Let's see how do you do it. You dig the peanuts, then you dig up the peanuts,
Yes.
separate the leafy greens from the pods. Then they make their way to manufacturing to be shelled. Traditional peanut butter reigns, but you can add flavors. Okay. It takes at least 12 to 100 people to get peanut butter to you in the store. Oh, look at this, Khadija. If you're still there. Is she still there? Yeah. Peanut butter has the power to save lives. For 1 in 6 Americans who need food assistance, peanut butter is the most requested item for food banks. Outside of our borders, peanut paste from American farms is the base of foods used to treat malnutrition. Huh. The average child will eat 1,500 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches before he graduates high school. So I guess that means Robert is probably about 1,200 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at this point. Unless his Chinese parents didn't make him a lot of PB&J sandwiches. Did you have any as a kid?
Not really.
Have you ever had a PB&J sandwich?
A few, but not that many.
What's that?
A few, but not that many.
Okay, so everyone has to say how you have to guess. Is it less than 50 or greater than 50 in your life? I've had greater than 50. How about you, Robert?
Probably greater than 50.
But less than?
200.
Okay, Tommy, how many have you had? Do you think?
0.
0.
I don't like nuts. Any type of nut.
Okay, that I can understand that. If you don't like nuts or if you're allergic to peanut butter, that's another reason why maybe I'll accept that you haven't had it or you don't like peanut flavor. Gay, how about you?
A lot, but since I had an allergy, the doctor said I'm not allowed to eat peanut butter starting now.
Why? Because it's bad for your health?
No, it makes my body I'm itchy if
Oh,
I'm
so
going to eat peanut butter.
allergic to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
just found out last January.
Good. Well, it's better to find out before you end up having a anaphylactic attack.
Yeah, but I still eat just a little.
I'm allergic to peanut butter, but I still have a little bit every once in a
Yes.
while. Charmaine, how about you? Have you ever had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, I had peanut butter, but not jelly sandwich.
Oh, yeah. You know what also is delicious? Peanut butter and banana sandwich. You take the peanut butter on the bread, and then you put sliced banana. Delicious. Delicious. And Khadija, how about in Pakistan? Do you have a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches there? Or maybe Khadijah's not there anymore. Okay, who wants to watch this video with me as our last final? Let's see how long it is first. It's 34 seconds. Watch it. Look at that peanut go. Oh, this is the exact same thing that we just read, but in video form. But we're gonna watch that peanut butter get to the end. Yay! Oh, did you see that? Did you see that at the end? That was interesting. Ah, wait a second. Stop. I gotta pause it. There we go. No. It's all right. Whoever
That's
designed
it.
this video is really annoying. There we go. No, get off that. So it takes 540 peanuts to make 1 jar of peanut butter. That's a lot of peanuts. Wow. Okay. Awesome, guys. Well, I have nothing more to share. Does anyone else have anything that's really urgent that they need to share with everyone before we go?
Actually, in Nigeria right now, we're having these protests that are going on. Do you?
Protest.
The peanut protests.
Yes.
Everyone's been hearing about the peanut protests. It's world famous, Tommy.
Peanut.
No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
not peanut. Peanut.
Why are they protesting?
There's this aspect of the police, the special anti-robbery squad for okay, so they've been harassing youths, like maybe if you have dreads or you have an iPhone or like you have a car or you're looking like you look like you have money and you're like young, they suspect that you are involved in cyber crime and stuff like that. So they just harass them and stuff like that. So, and they've raped some people, they've beaten up some people, they've even killed some people. like in the in the process of doing this. And so people have been like, this is not your duty, this is not what you're supposed to be doing as a police officer. And many of them don't even wear uniform. They are mufti, and you see them with weapons, and you're like, what exactly are these people doing? So the youth stood up to protest, and like it has been going on now. NSAS, hashtag NSAS. I think it's
So
trending on Twitter.
they're protesting the fact that police are arresting these young people who they think are
Yeah,
guilty of cybercrime.
yes, yes. So
Well,
it has been really going
you
on.
look like you're very wealthy. Are you involved in cybercrime? Where did you get that smile? Where did you get that smile? Did you steal it, Tommy?
I don't think I want to reveal the source of my smile.
She's guilty. That sounds like she's guilty. I'm gonna call the Nigerian police, and you know it's 7 to 10 years in prison for stealing a smile.
Oh.
You better hide it from now on. Well, that's interesting about those protests. Maybe, hey, can you post an article in the community with the tag Nigeria about these protests? Because I'd love to read more about it.
Okay.
Awesome. And did you just put on your glasses, Gay?
Yes.
Look at her. She's chilling with her glasses and her coffee. Looking good. Well, it's great to see all of you guys. Oh, can you guys wave? We'll take a picture for the community. Wave and smile. Smile, Robert. Let's see your teeth. That stolen smile. Good, I got it. Awesome, awesome, guys. And
I like this.
You like what?
I like this vitamin from China.
That looks like it's some illegal drug.
No.
He calls them vitamins from China, but there's so many illegal criminals here. Tommy's stealing smiles. Gay Marie is doing some strange drug from China.
Yeah,
Is it tasty?
makes me sleep all night and all day, and I want to try it now.
It looks good. It looks good.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Have a wonderful day. It was great to see each of you. Thanks for joining. Remember to please stay active in the community, because the only way we're going to get to 100 is if you guys stay active and we recruit some new people. So
yes,
we're going to get to 100 before the end of this year.
Yeah. Amen.
Right, Robert?
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. For those of you watching on YouTube, please subscribe, please like, please share this with your friends, and come to breakdiving.io. You can find the link in the description. We would love you to join our community. Everyone wave goodbye.
Bye.